What is the ideal age for enlistment in Tzahal, in the Israeli army? That actually is a very important question. It plays itself out in the beginning of the book of Bamidbar. So let's take a step and look at the appropriate ages given to us for two different tasks. Okay, and I want to start with the Levium and their role in the Mikdash. So you read, right, mi ben shloshim shana v'mala ad ben chamishim shana, that the Levium served from age 30 to age 50. Now, that's actually staggering. Think about the life expectancy at that time. Not everyone made it to 50. That's a very, very late start, right? Most people are in the fields probably by 10, 12, whatever it might be. 30 to 50 is later on in life. Okay, there is another pasuk here which will provide us with some conflict that will yield, I hope, the answer. And that is in Perek Chet, in Parashat Ba'alotcha, right? We read, Mi ben chamesh ve'asrim shana v'mala, yavo litzvot tzava ba'avodah oel moed. Right, from 25 years and up, the Levium can litzvot tzava, which is again the word for army, which is fascinating, but they can serve in the Ohel Moed. So is it 25 or is it 30? So one of the answers is that they start training at 25 and they can actually enter the service at 30. Now, what that means is, okay, anybody at the age of 20 or probably 18 or even 15, I can carry stuff for the Beis HaMikdash. They can probably perform the activities they need to perform. But if you want to be in the service of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, right, it takes a spiritual development. And that development not only occurs at age 30, you have to take 5 years and you have to work on it. You have to build towards it. Make yourself worthy of serving in the Ohel Moed and eventually in the Beis HaMikdash. Okay. Now what we'll do is take that and move that to the enlistment age. Okay, the Torah tells us as follows. For this, we go back to the very beginning of Bamidbar. Mi ben esrim shana v'mala kol yotzei tzava b'Yisrael. 20 years and up, right, and is all who go out to do tzava, who go to the army in Israel. So two things we'll notice. One is it is the age of 20, not 25 or 30. Number two is there is a linguistic similarity. But I'll read them to you quickly. Mi ben esrim chamesh shana v'mala, mi ben esrim shana v'mala, that was Levium and soldiers. Litzvot tzava ba'avodah b'ol moed, kol yotzei tzava b'Yisrael. Right, the psukim are playing off each other, and I think the message is, right, that in order to serve in the army, there also takes a certain amount of emotional development, a religious development. Maybe not as much as to serve in the Ohel Moed, but it does take a sophistication and maturity to be able to serve in the army and serve properly and not have it affect you. So much so that in olden times, right, people at 16 started going to the army, and the Torah insists that they delay that for 4 years so that there could be some level of development. In a fascinating argument, the Ramban suggests that David HaMelech sins by counting the people, not for the count itself, but because he started counting them at 13 years old and not 20 years old. And that's a fascinating side tidbit. Now, where does that leave us today? Right? It leaves us with an understanding that going to the army, becoming a soldier in 2024 in Tzahal and Tzva Haganah Yisrael is not only a physical feat. It's not a physical act. You don't really have to be physically prepared. For certain units, no question. Right? But the Tzahal also gives a mental test. They want to see if you can handle it. They want to see if you can process. Right? Part of going through the army is being mature enough, right, to keep a sense of ethics and morality, keep a sense of balance, to be able to not internalize too much. There's so much that is included in simply going to the army that it takes a certain maturity and certain development. Now, it is fascinating, right, that in the Hesder yeshivos, if they enter at 18, they actually go into the army at age 20. There are mechinos that do the same, right, with the recognition that before you go out, there should be some religious development and spiritual development. With that being said, I think it is a testament to our army and our people that even, right, the majority of our army goes in at 18, and they might not have that year or two of preparation. But I'll conclude with kind of, it is amazing how mature they are, how well behaved in terms of following rules and ethical rules and moral rules. Given all that they have seen and encountered and have to deal with, it is a tremendous testament to our people that our soldiers deal so well. HaKadosh Baruch Hu should give them the strength. Right, we say, right, Briyut HaNefesh and Briyut HaGuf should be healthy in heart, in mind, in soul, and body as they continue fighting on our behalf.